Oh, let's get a shot of this guy's sign. You want to zoom in on that?
Just because we can vote does not mean we live in a democracy!
When that guy said, "We the people rule," I heard a clap laugh.
For all of you who are here that are connected to the circle, whichever and however you pray, whatever you pray to, whoever you pray to, Creator, I ask that you give each of us the strength that we need for this day to carry out what we came here to do, to speak and to let our voices be heard. I ask, Creator, that you watch over and guide the directions and the actions of the police officers who are here today. I ask, Creator, that you bless those police officers and that you protect them as they are here to protect us, and that they be minded and reminded of what their duty is, what they took and they swore to uphold was to protect the people. We are the people, so we pray for them today, Creator. Bless them, keep them safe, as well as ourselves. And that as we stand together, may our words and may our actions be that of one in unity, with one heart, with one mind, with one spirit, that we recognize that as brothers and sisters we are all connected, that we are all related, and that we stand here together in solidarity, that we say to the powers that be, we give you thanks, because you've taught us much. You've taught us much, and so now we're responding to the lessons. Hey, 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 ho, way high, 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 yo.
As we ventured through the crowd, we found that some people were reluctant to be interviewed because they didn't feel that they would be portrayed honestly. However, when I introduced us as independent media with no ties to corporate endorsements, they became far more responsive.
What kind of spin do you think that mainstream media may put on this event?
At first, they want to dismiss it as simply a bunch of ragtag, unemployed, or maybe student people that want to raise a ruckus for no reason. And then I think the Canadian media, especially, is going to say that this is just a copying of the American style for the sake of it. And then lastly, I think they're going to try to recuperate this in terms of part of their big plan all the time. This is just part of the democratic process, and actually not fix anything and just repeat how great of a nation we are and how much we can allow people to protest. Well, things continue as they go, you know. The bankers still control our lives. We still have to pay rent. We still have to have shitty jobs where people get their hands cut off and, you know, laid off. So I think that the last step of this whole process is just going to be, this is great, they get to protest and we'll all go home, unless people push it to a point where it can't be ignored and has to be taken seriously.
There's a lot of mainstream media all over the world covering events like this all over the world, and it's interesting. Some media will portray it more accurately as the 99%, saying, asking for due process, to be able to have their voices heard in the world, against the 1% that have basically controlled our governments and controlled our economy.
Who are you with?
I'm with Apollyon Media. We're independent media.
Okay.
So we're media for the people.
Thank you.
So one of my questions actually has to do with media. In your opinion, what kind of spin do you think that mainstream media might put on this event?
They're probably going to comply with the corporate policy as they have always for many, many years, the corporate agenda, and make it seem like we're a bunch of wackos, whatever. I don't get my news from the mainstream media anymore. I get it on the internet. A lot of my information I get online, and I'm talking to people. That's where media should be.
So just give us a little bit of an idea of Tent City and what it's about.
Tent City, there's a bunch of us that have come down. A lot of homeless have come down. Over half of us do have our own place, and you know, it's coming together. They're trying to put out a message there that we're not going to put up with the corporate greed there, and you know, more and more people are coming down, more sympathetic to the cause there, and it's great to see the big turnout here. I wish we had this at Tent City because we've been getting pretty bad publicity as of lately. But no, it's really good to see the turnout, and things are going really well at Tent City there, and we're getting a lot of support. We're having the aldermans come down and see us there. Lots of different cops coming in, just checking in on it, and you know, a lot of general support from the community, which is really good.
How long have you been at Tent City for?
I have been at Tent City for 4 days now.
Okay. And has it been there for 4 days, or has it been there longer?
I believe it's been there for 6 days now.
Okay.
6-7 days, and we're going to be there for another 21 days, I do believe.
So, in your opinion, what kind of spin do you think that the mainstream media may put on this event?
After the spin they put on us there the other day, honestly, I really don't know. I guess it's only a matter of waiting to find out and see what they say in the papers, because, you know, the media, they love to twist around our words and say stuff that isn't true, so.
I see that there's a website on your sign. Could you just tell us a little bit about that website?
It's a website designed to make the public aware of how many billions of dollars get stolen in Canada, because people sometimes think in Canada that this isn't a problem here, that it's a Wall Street problem, that it's investors' problem, and if I'm not an investor, I can't possibly be losing money. But I just connected the dots this morning that although I was a retail investment advisor, I managed $100 million with one of the large banks, I realized that people far above me and totally unaware to me, they would prey on governments. They would walk into the Alberta government, the government of Canada, the city of Lethbridge where I live, and they would rip them off. $30 million to the city of Lethbridge, $50 million, University of Calgary, Alberta Treasury Branch, about $1 billion. And we can do these crimes because we're way up above the law. And the people we do the crimes to at the government level, they won't protest because they're afraid to say, I'm sorry, I lost $50 million, or I lost $30 million of your money. So the mayor of the city, the premier of the province, whatever, they won't say anything. They'll bury it, they'll cover it up. So you got to go dig in Auditor General Fred Dunn's reports and find out that the Alberta Treasury Branch needed a bailout by taxpayers' money. And you just have to go digging to find the crimes at the upper level, because the criminals aren't going to tell you they ripped you off. And the victims, if they're spending taxpayers' money, they have to be quiet because they'll look as stupid as they are handling taxpayers' money. So the websites are all designed to make Canadians as aware as Americans and Egyptians and everybody else, because we're going down the hill really fast economically, and people will be sleeping at St. Patrick's Island in larger numbers if we don't do something pretty quick.
They had the safe camp going on in the safe space that they're providing, and the mainstream media coverage of it was basically that a bunch of the homeless people were congregating there and that it wasn't anything to do. And the guy that they got to speak about it was like some guy, and they're like, well, what do you think this protest is about? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, what's going on in Occupy Wall Street? What's that? And this is the kind of coverage that media...
What Megan and I are conversating about is a common trick used by dishonest media to discredit a movement or organization. A reporter will intentionally interview a person who is less knowledgeable or not even associated with the subject in question, as opposed to speaking with a leader or an organizer.
If this message actually got heard in the true meaning that it's coming from, people would wake up. I think the whole message of this should just be to occupy yourself. If we can all be present in our personal power and realize that we are the 99% and we can change the world.
I realize this is complicated. complicated. And totally worth the effort. So what we're going to try is when I'm done this little bit, is instead of right after you say something, me then saying something, we're going to have the people who hear you repeat what you just said. So let's try that now. Let's keep it simple. Smash the state. Abolish capitalism. For a free humanity.
It is a journalist's duty to be open-minded and explore new territories or frames of thought to get to the truth or try to connect to their subject.